Parental discretion advised.
With civilians, the civilian talk. If you listen to that bullshit, that ain't even smart. Have you spewing out fake news? Get you ripped apart. But this Mr. P.I. and the civilian talk.
And Q stands for questioning, excuse me. Questioning your mom. Look, hey, come on. Take you out behind the schoolyard and get you pregnant.
Let me start off with 2 words. Made in America.
Yo, it's your boy, Mr. P.I. coming straight at you. Bring you that civilian talk. Please wake up American news, because if we don't wake up today, we may not have an America to wake up to tomorrow. You feel me? There's a lot going on out there, folks. We're getting a lot of warnings from a lot of different agencies about a lot of different things potentially happening in the next week or two. And I can kind of see the writing on the wall for something to happen before the end of the year, like something major and shit, that major disruption before the end of the year and shit. And that's coming from my personal site. You know what I mean? My personal foresight. Y'all already know. You mean, y'all can call it conspiracy theories or whatever the fuck you want, but most of my shit be proven to come true like a motherfucker. So you already know that's how we ride. Fuck y'all. But on some real shit, though, you know what I'm saying? We got a lot going on. We got breaking news. Naval officer published powerful dossier exposing the leaders of the deep state. You know what I'm saying? That shit crazy. We got gunfire erupting at an Air Force base in San Antonio, Texas. You know what I mean? With multiple active shooters and shit. Yep, you ain't see that shit on the news, did you? Neighbor shoots and kills conservative dad after daughter touches his yard during a walk. Like, nigga, what the fuck? Telling you, the civil shit is about to, man, listen. Kamala Harris campaign to mandate COVID vaccinations again. You know what I mean? Yep. UK police arrest children and elderly citizens for reacting after 3 young girls were stabbed by fucking migrants that illegally crossed into their country. Yep, you know what I'm saying? Now they want to ban 6 centimeter knives and shit because, you know, some illegal came across their fucking border and stabbed up a fucking cop and shit in Germany. I mean, shit crazy, folks. Shit is fucking crazy. Robot taxi late night honking and shit. So they had got like a fleet of robot taxis in fucking San Francisco, and it's pissing people the fuck off because these motherfuckers can't get out each other way and shit. So it just goes to show, no matter how much AI you got, you still gonna need some human intelligence to go with it. So I got that and so much more coming up straight at you and shit. Couple shot by suspect followed home from the casino after winning a jackpot. I mean, this shit is just crazy. I'm going to come back on the other side with even more of this shit, man. I hope y'all ready. I hope y'all got your weed ready, your lighter handy, or your drink and motherfucking hand, because it's about to go down. You already know. As usual and shit, it's your boy. Yo, it's your boy, Mr. P. I want to tell y'all, man, we got the podcast player over there at civiliantalkpodcast.com now, you know what I'm saying? All you got to do is hit the check out the podcast button. There's a nice big old player over there, you know what I'm saying? You can check out as many episodes as you want, and we going to be over there waiting for y'all, you know what I'm saying? We done streamlined it, so you don't have to go to your favorite podcast outlet no more. You don't have to sign in to Spotify or iHeartRadio or iTunes. You can just go over to civiliantalkpodcast.com. And if it's not another link, you can just press the episode you want and press play, and you already know. It's your boy. Yeah, we bike. Yep, we bike. You know what I'm saying? Is it crazy how much shit is going on in the world right now, man? I mean, it's just upside down on steroids. They got monkeypox coming back at y'all. Is it? Yo, if y'all fall for this monkeypox shit, y'all really monkeys and shit. I'm just killing. I'm keeping it a bean. If you fall for this monkeypox shit, you a monkey. I mean, I'm just calling it what it is and shit. Yep. Straight out the chute, we coming at y'all. It's coming straight at y'all niggas and shit, man. Listen, I need y'all to understand. I don't do this show for shits and giggles. I do it to wake you the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Whether you want to wake the fuck up or not, I'm going to do the motherfucking show. You know what I mean? And for real, folks, y'all sitting around here fucking twiddling your thumbs, just waiting to be murdered. And y'all niggas is fucking, y'all don't understand the ramifications of what's going on here. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all really don't get it. Y'all really don't understand what's about to happen. You understand? They got y'all with the first version of the monkeypox. Remember, only gay people gave each other the monkeypox. And then they started saying, oh, well, let's stop talking about the monkeypox and shit. Let's stop talking about monkeypox because you're only getting it via butt sex and shit. So, I mean, hold the fucking phone, player. I don't do no butt sex around here. So now they're saying it's the mpox. So I think it's a combination of mouse and monkeypox and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way it would make sense. Just calling it M. Well, why would we just call it M? Well, because it's mouse and monkeypox. You get both in one injection, one clean swoop. We just inject it straight into the vein there, you know. And it's fucking ridiculous. They fucking Kamala Harris is making y'all fucking, if you want to work for the Kamala Harris campaign, you got to get COVID vaccination on this shit. You mean, how many people is out here just, you know, raising their hand for COVID vaccinations? Anybody, everybody? Can I get some, you know, some type of feedback around, yeah? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy, folks. It's really crazy. Like, I really don't understand, like, how motherfuckers is, you know, moving. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand how they busting moves and shit. You know what I'm saying? On some real shit. So, they're about to cap y'all into another injection and shit, whether that's mpox or COVID. And a lot of y'all gonna fall victim to this shit. Y'all don't want me to talk about it because y'all, oh, well, you always talking about this shit. Because, motherfucker, if you stupid enough to almost die, nigga, I need to have you on point. Like, look, that shit is not smart. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck how you feel about it and shit. You mad or not mad? You're sad, you're not sad and shit. I just need you to know that this shit gonna be poison dug in. You know what I'm saying? Dug in. Not again, dug in and shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy. You mean, I've been trying to explain this shit to y'all for what? Almost 5 years now and shit. You know what I mean? Not to trust the medical industrial complex and shit. You know what I'm saying? A patient saved is a customer lost in the medical field. Understand that shit. Okay? So their job is not to motherfucking cure you. Their job is to mask the symptoms and shit. You understand what I'm saying? You notice, like, when they was talking about the Viggity shot. Well, this will reduce the symptoms of the COVID, and you know, no, it's not. You know what I'm saying? Because they giving you the shit. They saying that you caught naturally. You know what I'm saying? Well, it will reduce the symptoms and the reduce the risk of death. When it actually increased the risk of death and shit. You see how they just, you mean? If it didn't increase the risk of death and shit, you know what I'm saying? Why do people that came down with myocarditis, pericarditis, prions on their brain, fucking organ failures and shit? Remember, the unvaccinated was supposed to be dead, so this show was supposed to be done fucking, 2021? It was supposed to be canceled completely. Due to me being dead from not taking the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, what the fuck? They said I was supposed to be fucking dead from not taking the shit in 2021 and shit. And I'm still here telling you niggas y'all made a mistake. Ain't that ironic as fuck? You know, I just so happen to be not one of the slow ones and shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. So it's really entertaining to see what the fuck is going on out here. How people moving, what motherfuckers is trying to, you know, ascertain from the knowledge that they're accumulating and shit. Like, I'm really curious to see how society is going to react to the fact that once everybody truly finds out that they have taken a biological weapon poison, and you know they're going to be really pissed the fuck off. Really pissed the fuck off. And then when they come for you, Mr. Bill Gates, Klaus Schwab, Dr. Anthony Fauci, was the Peter Hotez. They gonna rape you in the mouth and your teeth is all the way fucked up. They gonna rape you in the mouth. They gonna be putting dick in your nose, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You like, oh, let me pick up where Fauci left off. Yeah, they did that on purpose so you can be a martyr, motherfucker. Is you stupid? Obviously he is and shit. That was a stupid question, right? Obviously, Peter Hotez is a fucking idiot. You know what I'm saying? So is Sanjay. Goop these nuts down his throat and shit. You know what I'm saying? And motherfucking all these fucking TV doctors and shit. I don't know why y'all even... These niggas make money off y'all by selling products and shit. You ever notice they plug like 5 products in their fucking whole show? They never tell you how to get better. They just make a whole bunch of suggestions and then start plugging products. You know what I'm saying? I need to start doing that shit. Just be mid-show and shit. Just cut all the shit. Migraine relief. Brought to you by Monsanto. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Brought to you by Bear. You know what I'm saying? Brought to you by Pfizer. You know what I'm saying? I need some chicken, man. I'm ready to fucking sell y'all whatever the fuck it takes and shit. Whatever it takes. You understand? I'm willing to sell y'all whatever it takes. Nah, that's bullshit. But real rap though, man. We got the fucking U.S. military bases getting shot up by unknown motherfuckers and shit. I mean, think about that. U.S. military bases getting shot up by motherfuckers unknown. Now, personally, I think is to see the reaction and see how they gonna move so they can make an alternative plan. I'm pretty sure they had a drone watching the whole shit from somewhere. You know what I'm saying? You like to record live action combat because it give you a general idea of how the responder will respond or the attacker will initiate. You know what I'm saying? And you can tell a lot by just watching. You know what I mean? A lot of people aren't really military minded and shit. And every time I give them my card, they be like, "Oh, were you in the military?" No. I ain't gonna steal no valor, but I am surrounded by motherfuckers with valor. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I kind of fit in. So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's on some real shit. And they accept me as one of the grunts or, you know, whatever branch they in and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm smart enough to be able to have these type of conversations with them and shit. And we can both understand what each other are talking about. I understand aerodynamics. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like I could talk to somebody in the Air Force. You know what I'm saying? I understand boots on the ground. So I could talk to somebody in the Marines or the Army and shit. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, your intelligence will dictate the kind of conversations you will be entitled to and shit. So yeah, it's called civilian talk. And no, I've never been in the armed forces and shit, but I always tell people too, you don't have to be in the armed forces to be a soldier. You understand what I'm saying? So look at Africa, for instance. They got their own motherfucking army, right? Got their government, got their army, whatever. And then you got the rebels. So what are the rebels? Are they not soldiers? You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. You know what I mean? Whether you 6 years old when you join the rebel army and become a soldier, or you 60 years old, you're still a soldier. So at the end of the day, my war was fought in the streets of Philadelphia. I seen the street drink up plenty of blood. You know what I mean? And fortunately, I'm still here. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. So it's a lot going on, folks. And that's why I keep preaching to y'all, prepare yourselves, man, because ain't nobody coming to save y'all. Like, y'all like, yeah, the cops going to come. No, they not. Remember 2020? They sent out a memo telling you motherfuckers that if a nigga kicked in your fucking door waving the 4-4, the cops wasn't coming no more and shit. You know what I'm saying? And y'all motherfuckers so brainwashed, y'all so smart that y'all dumb. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. You know, and I'm just trying to put people on game. I'm trying to make people understand that there is something beyond just what you think it is. You know what I'm saying? This is not just some, you know, hyperbole shit. There's some real shit going on in the world. You so distracted by the entertainment industry and worry about what Offset and Cardi B doing and shit. And you know what I mean? You too fucking distracted. You know what I mean? Even though I've been distracted a lot lately, you know what I'm saying, doing a whole bunch of different shit, I'm still in the mix. You know what I'm saying? Y'all still get a show every Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I am doing other shit and it's kind of stretching me out a little bit, but y'all still get y'all show every Sunday. Why? Because y'all need to know this shit. Y'all need this information to survive. It's critical. You know what I mean? Telling you that the supply chains are shutting down is critical. Telling you that you should be starting to look into water filtration is critical. Telling you that, you know what I'm saying, you should have 3 months worth of food just in the crib and shit, even if it's just in storable form, is critical. You know what I mean? I'm not just telling y'all niggas that shit because it's something to tell y'all. No, I don't get paid for this shit. You understand? I do these shows to inform my fellow American. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to need as many of y'all in fighting shape as we possibly can have when the fighting starts. And y'all can sit here and think, oh, the fighting never going to start. It is. It's already started. Y'all niggas not fighting for y'all rights. Y'all letting these gay niggas fiddle with and fondle your fucking kids and have gay sex in front of them. This is a fight, bro. You know what I mean? This not no motherfucking trial run neither. They moving in. Equity and inclusion. The fuck does that mean? You're like, oh yeah, it's about equity. No. It's about equitable experiences. You know what Kamala said? The reason why the foreigners is getting $2,000 here and $13,000 there and food stamps and cash assistance and shit and free insurance and getting to stay at the Plaza Hotel where some Americans never been ever and shit because it's too expensive. I've never been to the Plaza Hotel, but yet it's a migrant in the motherfucker right now chilling, eating 5-course dinners and shit, relaxing. And the government paying for it. I've never even been there and shit. I seen it on Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. Macaulay Culkin saved the motherfucking toy store, and they bring a whole bunch of toys to Macaulay Culkin's room. You know what I'm saying? That's what I remember. You know what I'm saying? Then it's I always wanted to go. You know what I'm saying? I wanted that same exact room Macaulay Culkin had. I know it was like $3,000 a night back then, so I know it's like $10,000 a night now. You know what I'm saying? That was 92, nigga. That was 92. You understand? And these niggas get to stay in there for free, nigga. Dirty up the carpets and shit. These niggas got dirty sandals all on your white carpets. They wiping their ass with their hand and wiping it on the wall and shit. You know what I'm saying? Primitive shit. They in that joint real primitive and shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. And they get there, they doing it for free. You know what I mean? And what the fuck do we get? Well, we get equity. We get the ability to hear the word equity. And what does equity mean? Giving the poorest people more than you have so they can catch up to where you are. Yeah, make that shit make sense. Where the fuck am I at? Because I need to catch up to my motherfucking self. You feel me? Like, can I get some of that migrant money so I can catch up to the rest of America? They just bypass niggas just wholeheartedly. Is that a nigga? Oh, he don't need no help. Niggas have amazing work numbers right now and shit. No, we don't. We getting pushed out by fucking migrants and shit. You know what I'm saying? We getting fired from Mexicans and Guatemalans and Africans and shit. And y'all like, oh, we just good. We right as rain. You know what I'm saying? And this shit crazy, bro. Because it's like only a few of us complain about this shit. You know what I mean? We sit here and we bitch, moan, and complain about this shit. And y'all niggas really don't, like, it's almost like y'all won't even acknowledge the fact that y'all fucking up big time. That makes sense? Y'all won't even acknowledge the fact y'all fucking up big time. And every time we point out the fact that y'all fucking up big time, all y'all do is point the finger right back. Well, you a bigot, homophobe, xenophobe. I'm fucking up, but you a bigot, homophobe, xenophobe. And it's like, well, what does that mean? They can't tell you what the fuck it mean. They don't know what a bigot is. They can't tell you the definition of it. They're going to pull out Google Assist. You mean? They don't know what a homophobe is and shit. They're going to say a whole bunch of things until you accept that that's what a homophobe is. You ask them what a xenophobe is and shit. It's supposed to be a phobia of Chinese motherfuckers and shit. But you ask one of these lefty losers and shit, they're going to be like, well, I'll say Asians. You ask one of these lefty losers, they're going to be like, yeah, xenophobe is somebody that uses a xylophone to be racist and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's goofy shit. You know what I mean? Goofy shit. Like, y'all niggas is using name calling to divert from the actual fucking problems. And that's a problem. You know what I mean? It's a motherfucking problem. I don't know about y'all, but that's a fucking problem. Y'all niggas is too fucking old to be fucking, you get me, I get you back. That's some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And that's just being real. You know what I mean? And tonight, we're going to hear so much wacky shit that it's going to be like, what? You know? Like, the last episode barely got any spins, I guess, because of the title. It was like, just goofy. But that shit got all types of goofy shit in there, and nobody was interested. I ain't even gonna lie. Nobody was interested in the goofy shit. But, bro, if y'all go back and listen to that episode, I guarantee if you listen to this episode and then go back and listen to Just Goofy, you gonna be like, yo, that Just Goofy is more informative than the episode I just listened to and shit. And that's what... Excuse me. You know what I mean? Because that goofy shit is piling up, bro. It's like goofy shit on top of goofy shit on top of goofy shit. And y'all niggas don't give a flying motherfuck, and it's interesting and appalling and alarming and transforming all in one. You know what I'm saying? This shit wild. Shit wild, man. And when I say transforming, I don't mean LGBT transforming and shit. The LGs and the BTs and shit, you know what I'm saying? I mean life disrupting. You mean potentially life-ending situations and circumstances. I mean the calling a spade a spade. You know, the LGs and the BTs and shit, you know what I'm saying? They are going to basically depopulate the planet. Why? Because dudes is having sex with dudes. You can nut on a dude, there ain't no baby gonna come out of that. And chicks having sex with chicks, which means they just wasting their eggs on time. You mean scissoring and shit, you know what I'm saying? So it's a ton of goofy shit actually going on, and you mean some people are completely aware of it, some people are partially aware of it, some people don't give a fuck, some people give too much of a fuck. I guess I'm one of those motherfuckers that give too much of a fuck, because obviously 432 episodes in, and I'm still talking about the same shit consistently over and over and over, and some of this shit is just beating a fucking dead horse at this point. I done said at least some of these stories more than a gazillion times and shit, just in different formats. Know what I mean? Like, in different formats, I have told y'all the same fucking thing over and over and over and over and over on each piece of fucking news, including how the LGs and the BTs was going to motherfucking, you know, kidnap your children and shit. We're going to have sex with your children. We're going to rape them all day, night, and long. Like, what, nigga? Wouldn't you shove a barrel of a fucking long-ass rifle down a nigga mouth if he fucking sung that song to you about your child? You mean on some real shit? That's why they trying to, not only is it the motherfucking, you know, the potential, it won't even be a civil war. It's going to be foreigners versus Americans and shit. And if you unaware, you going to get smoked real quick. You know what I mean? And it's ridiculous, but it's real. You know what I'm saying? If you are unaware when the shit pop off, they are going to smoke you real quick. They're not going to care about your virtue signaling, because they are here to take over. They are the replacement population. You understand? This is the replacement, the great replacement, the great reset. You know what I mean? And the thing is, the globalists are using them as pawns because they know when you send fucking 30 million people into the most armed country in the world and then have a few of them disrupt that, the amount of shooting at the 30 million people that's disrupting their shit is going to be unlimited. And I'm not, again, I don't advocate for violence and none of that shit, but that's what's going to happen. This is a psychological warfare. That's what they want. You know what I mean? Just so they can activate war powers, and then you can't get Orange Man bad right back in the motherfucking office and shit. And Kamala, if I was you, I would really reconsider my position. They are going to fucking kill you. You know what I'm saying? So if any Democrats listen to this show with any ties to motherfucking Kamala Harris, if you can't see that they gonna kill the shit out you just as dumb as we fucking thought. You just as dumb as that laugh you be doing and shit. You know what I'm saying? They are going to smoke your ass. And if you got anybody, and then you gotta, who the fuck is fucking Tom Waltz? Who the fuck is that? You know what I'm saying? And this nigga virtue signaling just like you a fucking whole East Asian and shit. East Asian, Indian, Jamaican bitch and shit. And you run around, I'm black, I'm African American. Yeah. No, she not. I mean, she frauding. That's a fraudulini, man. Exactly. You mean? And y'all niggas is eating this shit with a spoon, and it's like, what? Y'all really buying this shit? And y'all like, yep, we love Kamala. She's the blackest thing since Cocoa Puffs. You mean, she's the blackest thing since the Cocoa Pebbles. She's the blackest thing since motherfucking what was the nigga in Tropic Thunder that went blackface and shit? Robert Downey Jr. in blackface. Y'all fucking out of pocket, man. Y'all on some dumbass shit, dog. And that's why I sit back and I keep fucking laughing at y'all, man. And it's not y'all. If the shoe don't fit, don't wear that motherfucker. Y'all should know that by now. You know what I mean? But if you mad right now, then you got the shoe on. You know what I'm saying? And you should have the fucking shoe on because you fucking part of the problem. And that's the truth. Y'all niggas is part of the fucking problem. All that virtue signaling, trying to make everybody happy shit. The shit don't work. You can't make everybody happy. There's no such thing as a utopia. Somebody has to be fucked over in order for utopia to happen. That makes it dystopian. What the fuck? Are you smarter than a fifth grader? I mean, a fifth grader could figure this shit out. Y'all niggas is really, 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 really slow. Slow. Y'all like a turd that just keep turtle heading it out your ass. Just, whoop, I think I'm going to drop. Nope. I'm going to go back up. Come back up. Go back up. Come back up. Go back up. Oh, I'm going to squeeze out real. So go back up. That's how y'all niggas is right. You mean? And if you think you just going to stick your head in the sand and that's going to be good enough, then I got some motherfucking news for you and shit. I'm going to kick you in your ass and break your neck. If I see any heads in the sand when I'm walking down the beach, I'm kicking you in the ass and breaking your fucking neck. I'm gonna kick your body right over to the other side. You know what I'm saying? And break your fucking neck because y'all the fuck out of control, man. Y'all fucking my country up. And therefore, with my country getting fucked up, that's allowing the world to get fucked up. And then, what about me? What about mine? What about my kids and shit? We want America to wake up to tomorrow and shit. Y'all motherfuckers is out here to just, it's all about y'all. Fuck y'all. I don't give a fuck about y'all. What about your tolerance, Mr. P? Fuck tolerance. I got zero fucking tolerance. Zero tolero, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Zero fucking tolerance, man. Y'all niggas is out of fucking pocket, bro. And it's about time somebody put their fucking foot down and shit. Like me, motherfucker. Fuck y'all. I don't give a fuck about none of that virtue signaling shit. Y'all can sit here and, oh, don't worry. Be happy. Fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Y'all niggas is retarded. There's two fucking genders. You're retarded, okay? Well, you can self-identify as anything. Yeah, all right, so I'm going to self-identify you for you. You're retarded, motherfucker. What the fuck? You self-identify as retarded. Well, I didn't think we could self-identify other people. That's interesting. Yeah, well, you're supposed to be tolerant enough for me to self-identify you for me. You know what I'm saying? And I think your pronouns is slow nigga and extra fucking retarded. And should kill yourself. Your pronoun is should kill yourself. What the fuck? Y'all got, like, I'm just, ugh. Like, seriously. And now the news about to start. Y'all niggas about to be like, yo, bro, is this shit really going on like that? Like, is really all this shit going on? Yes. These niggas is working on Terminator robots to kill your motherfucking ass right now, just like in Elysium. Y'all gonna have robo-POs and shit where that's not funny. You have 6 more months. Like, what? Like, hold the fuck up, robo-dickhead. I meant, PO. Listen. We need some humanizations around here. Some humanizations. Let's talk about this like adults. I'm not an adult. I'm a robot. Fuck. Now you have 9 extra months. Fuck. Is that condescension I hear? No, it's not. No. That's condescension. You now have 24 months. Like, fuck. You know, abuse against a robo-PO is punishable by 5 years in prison. Like, whoa, hold on, listen. I don't even know what the fuck you talking about right now, sir. Let me get the fuck up out of here. Would you like a pill? No, I'm good. No pills. I'm smooth. That box opened up. It was red pills in that motherfucker. This is a red pill moment, motherfucker. For all you motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to wake y'all the fuck up. Whether you want to wake up or not, it's not up to you at this point. You know what I mean? It's up to God. Like, are you going to choose this person to wake the fuck up? You know what I mean? And if you're not waking up, then obviously you don't have, you might have some favor from God and shit, but it ain't much. You on the fence. You on the fence. The motherfuckers that's grinding right now, that's putting all this information out so you can save the people you give a fuck about and shit. The motherfuckers that's really putting in that work and shit so you can be the best you can be and set your situation up for you and your family the best you can. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're the ones being persecuted, prosecuted, disrespected, disrupted. Don't nobody want to help us out, but y'all niggas is donating. How many millions of dollars to the Kamala Harris campaign? This bitch is going to enslave you. And y'all like, yay. Y'all can't fucking wait. I'm like, what? What? Like, that's really where we at? Like, y'all going to be enslaved. What the fuck? Like, that's really fucking weird. You know what I'm saying? Listen, we gonna get the motherfucking show started, man, because I could do this all night. I could just be in my bag and just talk shit about y'all niggas all night. And remember, I'm not talking about those of y'all that's in the know and shit. I'm talking about the motherfuckers that's acting, you know, mindless and brainless and the bolivious. Y'all know that's the slow way of saying oblivious and shit. Yeah, man, I heard that from a Slow J Simpson before and shit. He was like, man, motherfuckers act like they bolivious to shit. I was like, what? I was like, nigga, I don't think that's the word, nigga. You sure it's bolivious? Damn, what the fuck? Shit, am I slow? I might be the slow one. Yeah, man, I wasn't the slow one, though, fortunately. Yeah, I'm saying real shit. Like, this shit is fucking goofy as hell. Gunfire erupts at Air Force Base in San Antonio with multiple active shooters reported. It was an off-base shooting from a passing vehicle that fired shots toward the gate, prompted our security forces to respond. There is no threat to the installation. We had no injuries, no fatalities. The Joint Base San Antonio Lakeland spokesperson said Security guards at a joint base in San Antonio, Lakeland, JBSA, exchanged gunfire with multiple active shooters at the main gate earlier Sunday morning. A spokesperson for the base said San Antonio law enforcement has responded and is on the scene outside of the gate at Texas military facility, where multiple shooters had fired on the premises on 2 different occasions. It was an off-base shooting from a passing vehicle that fired shots toward the gate, prompting our security forces to respond. Base spokesperson Stephanie Antosh said in a statement. Let's check it out.
At 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts.
Good morning, San Antonio.
Good morning. It's 8 a.m. on this August 17th. Before we get to weather, we have some breaking news that we want to get to you. So we're learning that there was a shooting at Joint Base San Antonio's Lackland Chapman Training Main Annex Gate. Officials are telling us this happened around 4:30 this morning, and that JBSA security officials returned fire against multiple shooters. So right now, the Chapman Training Annex Gate is closed pending an investigation. So at this time, we don't know if anyone was hurt in the shooting or what led up to the first place. We don't know if the suspects have been apprehended or who they are. Our Devin Karp is headed out to Lackland right now, and he'll have more information for us later on in the morning.
Later on in the morning. You know what I'm saying? This shit fucking crazy, bro. Now you got U.S. government bases getting shot at by passerbyers. Come on, dog. Was this happening before fucking 2021? Exactly. When we had Trump, wasn't nobody shooting at Air Force bases. Wasn't no food processing plants getting fucking destroyed left and right and front and center and shit. We was busting fucking moves. We was fucking pumping out oil. We had shit on deck, and we was getting bitches and shit. You know what I'm saying? We was getting bitches. And now, motherfucking, we getting immigrants. This is crazy. Like, I don't like it. I really don't. It's just terrible. You know what I'm saying? And for me, you know, I try to keep I try to stay level. I try to be fair and shit. But nigga, it's the immigrants. We all know it is shit. It ain't no motherfucking, oh, take it easy, Mr. P. No, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? We know it's the globalists bringing in these motherfucking immigrants, and the immigrants is motherfucking bringing in everything the fuck else, and we the ones getting fucked in the ass because they taking our money and giving it back to these motherfuckers. And it's by design. You know what I mean? Breaking. Naval officer published powerful dossier exposing the leaders of the deep state, meeting the council running America. Shit. This from InfoWars. Greg Stanstrom joins Alex Jones live on his dossier. Let's check it out.
First thing, the first rule of warfare, the first rule in any fight is you've got to know who the enemy is.
Yep.
You have to put a face to them. And what we've done with this article is put a face to them and explain how they work, what they do, and who has the power to stop it. The President of the United States has the power to stop this, in particular, President Trump. And if you look at President Trump and you look at who he is, he's the greatest whistleblower in history. He walked among them, not with them, but among them. He knows who they are. He knows what they've done.
Where the bodies are
He
buried.
knows how they work. Yeah. If he didn't, he does now. But that is a huge threat to them, because in concert with the Supreme Court, the U.S. Supreme Court, and the House Judiciary Committee, they have remedies that they can take to suspend and terminate the actions of the council and break their hold on this country and their extraction of wealth, and they're wielding of power through political people. So if you look at Trump as the greatest whistleblower of all time, and he's coming in, then he would usher in hundreds of other federal whistleblowers that have been crushed financially, removed from their jobs, terminated, in some cases murdered for attempting to, have good governance. But the Democrats need to look at here, and Republicans, they need to look at how they're being manipulated. Did any Democrat get a choice of Hillary Clinton? No. I mean, Bernie Sanders won the primary, not Hillary. Did any Democrats get a say in the removal of Biden, who is effectively removed right now? Did anybody get a say in Kamala Harris?
Nope.
And Waltz,
who's being
installed
placed
into the presumptive nominee? I mean, Governor. I don't know anyone who made a choice of Governor Waltz. Do you? And I think once people see that, they go, well, who's calling the shots on that? It's the uniparty. It's the council. There are a small group of people calling the shots. Once you know who they are, and you kind of accept that. Part of the cognitive dissonance people have is they can't believe that they're just going to steal the election. They can't believe that COVID could have possibly been meant to harm them. They go, I can't believe that our government would do that. Well, you saw prima facie evidence that whether they were involved in trying to murder President Trump and assassinate him, they certainly didn't do anything to stop it. So why is it such a hard leap to say that they'll steal an election? Having said that, we have to prepare people that the council and their political arms, their intelligence arms and so forth, they're constantly running shaping operations, and they tell you what they're going to do if you listen. They've told us they're going to steal the election. And what we have to do is we don't have to say, woe is me, what are we going to do? We have to say, okay, they're going to steal the election. What do we do? Does the election end on November 5th or 6th, whatever day they announce Harris won? No. The election goes until December 10th, until they can certify, and they must show that they ran a lawful election to certify. So just simply announcing it in the press that Harris won is insufficient.
See, but y'all want to talk about that and shit. Y'all want to have that discussion. I do. Can we have that discussion? CivilianTalkPodcast.com.
All right, he comes highly recommended from great researchers in the Trump campaign. Greg Stenstrom is a decorated Navy veteran, researcher. I won't go over his whole bio, but he has done an amazing deep dive. I have hundreds of pages of research, and I had him come on last week and only read like 100 pages. So I said, let's move into this week because I wanted to read it all. I did read it all yesterday, over 400 pages of it. He's done an excellent analysis because I've done my own research, so I know it's accurate. He's gone really, really deep on who is the deep state commanders. And Ivan Recklin's done a great job, Defense Intelligence Agency, lawyer, patriot, on the general group, hundreds of them. But who are the generals? Who are the field marshals that obviously tried to kill Trump a month ago and are doing all of this? And so Greg's done a great job. Patriot.online. You can find him there. He is the co-author of a best-selling book, The Parallel Election, A Blueprint for Deception. He has co-defendants with President Trump in a landmark defamation lawsuit in Philadelphia. And it just goes on from there. We're talking about the council and who is running the government, assassination attempt on President Trump, removal of Biden, installation of Harris, and the council on Trump, Alex Jones, Roger Stone, General Flynn, Christina Bobb, Joe Hoft, Steve Bannon, and ordinary citizens like Stenstrom. And so we're going to break it all down with him right now and try to give him the floor for the hour. And we'll tell you where you can go read the council, who is running the United States, Department of Justice. Here's the report for TV viewers. You should spend your time reading this. We'll tell you where to find it. But Greg, thank you so much for being with us today.
Good to be here. I've been looking forward to it. I've been a big fan for years, and it's a pleasure to be on your show.
Well, I knew your report was important, and people in the Trump campaign, high level, said I should talk to you. And I'd seen some of your work before, but I'm going to try to just shut up and give you the floor. Let's begin as we zero in on not the entire deep state, because that can get dizzying, but on the key commanders here, kind of the deck of cards. Let's talk about who is in this coup against America.
Sure. Just to kind of preface, and before we get into it, I've been involved since the 2020 election in the statutory role as authorized representative and certified poll watcher. And over the past 4 years, have been involved in a number of lawsuits, including the defamation suit where we're co-defendants with President Trump, which we won, by the way, using truth as a complete defense. And over that period of time, I've been working with a close group of friends, Colonel and Dr. Timothy Schindler, and I are close friends, and I want to make sure I properly credit a lot of this work to him. And
I should add your huge bio. You're a doctor as well. Yeah, so go ahead.
No. I'm not a doctor.
I just saw MD on here.
Bachelor's of Science. No, Bachelor's of Science, Maryland. You saw Annapolis, Maryland. So I'm a U.S. Naval Academy graduate. And
all right, well, you can highly recommend it. So let's plunge into it.
Let's get into it. So the premise of the article and the reason for the show today was there's a control group within this country that was developed in 1978 in response to the Watergate scandal, for the people old enough to remember that, with Nixon and so forth. And there was the creation of a group called the Council. The Council is what they were originally created as. It's also known as the CIGIE, CIGIE, but I want to refer to it for the Council to keep people on track. And what they've done is they initially formed for, I think, good. The Inspector General Corps, combined with the FBI and the Department of Justice, they were what's called a sui generis operation, a group of untouchables. Sui generis means unto themselves, so that they could investigate anyone, including the President of the United States, members of Congress, the Senate, global oligarchs, masters of business. So I think the group was originally formed, I'm going to say, whether it was good intentions or not, but they created a tremendous amount of power and put it in a small group of people's hands. And what's happened is that has been twisted over the last 50 years. And this group has become basically the people who run the United States of America. And, to say them by name is the simplest thing, but the council currently, the top level of the council, is Inspector General Michael Horowitz, FBI Director Christopher Wray, U.S. Attorney General Merrick Garland, the Director of Office of Professional Responsibility, Jeffrey Ragsdale, the Chief Public Integrity Sector called the PIN, which is Corey Amundson, and Deputy U.S. Attorney Lisa Monaco, and First Principal Deputy Marshall Miller. That group is at the pinnacle or the head of the council. And they have the power to indict anyone they want, and they've done so. They indicted President Trump. They have the power to hold investigations or obstruct investigations. And that's where I originally touched on them in the group I'm working with. That includes Dr. Schindler. They originally contacted me. We were classmates as well. But the obstruction of the massive election fraud of 2020, the obstruction of investigations, is where I came into contact with them. There's multiple other people, whistleblowers in the federal government, that they've obstructed cases, and that's part of the article where we explain where that came from. But they basically weaponized government agencies by placing inspectors general in each of these government agencies, the CIA, NSA, pick an agency. They've got an inspector general in there, and that inspector general reports to Inspector General Horowitz, and that group is what really controls the United States. And some of the emeritus, it's an organization that's got an emeritus, but other former and still current members include U.S. Attorney General William Barr, Attorney General Jeffrey Rosen, Richard Donahue, former U.S. Attorney General, FBI Director Andrew McCabe, Robert Mueller, James Comey.
All the niggas.
This is the top of the deep state.
Yeah, all the niggas that was able to prosecute.
Jack Smith is included in that group, who's running the indictments against President Trump. And what we did in the article, and when we were putting the article together, we tried to make it as simple as possible, and gave a litmus test and tests to say that no matter who you are in the government, no matter what level, whatever agency, including President Trump, everything boils down to the council. And one of the things we gave was the assassination attempt of President Trump. So basically, who could have coordinated that? And who is now investigating that? So when you go up the pecking chain, you go to Secret Service, to the Department of Homeland Security, and then you end up with the council, the FBI. And if you go back to the testimony, we had Cheadle, who was insolently refused to answer questions for the Congress. Then we had Christopher Wray, who insolently refused to answer questions of the Congress. And when you go up to one more level and you say, well, who would investigate him or who would investigate Cheadle?
All his friends.
You come to the council. You come to Inspector General Horowitz, and that's the pinnacle of the council. So I'm going to give you a second, to ask any questions and send me. I've read your report, and it's dead on, and you're highly recommended by the Trump campaign, and you're a great guy. So we just want you to go through this because we already basically know this.
Yeah, we do basically know this. I mean, but y'all do need to check out the full video over at InfoWars. It's also on CivilianTalkPodcast.com. Breaking Naval Officer published powerful dossier exposing the leaders of the deep state. Meet the Council of America. Y'all should really check that shit out. Like, it's really, 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 really powerful, dog. You know what I'm saying? And y'all know how it go. Project Bluebeam. The NWO plays its hand and shit. The plan to create a totalitarian new world order under the umbrella of emerging Luciferian New Age has been well known for decades. Let's check it out. Y'all already know this is my man John Bound and shit, and his reports are always the shit. Lego.
Done deep research and analysis on the so-called UFO invasion, and I can tell you the reasons that the Western deep state has decided to go with this soft launch of Project Bluebeam. And now since the early 1950s, the Pentagon has been pumping the alien invasion scenario.
War of the Worlds.
Now beginning to come to a head. This is a very complex but very important issue. And if you understand this, ladies and gentlemen, well, you basically understand it all, how they use different systems of fear for control.
What the hell is that?
What is happening?
She said, what the hell is that?
The globalists needed to ease us into war with Russia and begin to ease us into war with China. Because they know that there is massive pushback against war in general. But if they can say that it's a threat from outer space just to get our instincts going and our fear mode going, and things are falling out of the sky and jets are shooting things down, and it's not China, it's not Russia, even though it is China and Russia and others, corporations. There's going to be a huge war. Give up your liberties. Give up your freedoms. Let us spend more of your tax money. Don't worry about all the surveillance, all the control, all the corruption. We need more funds. We need more power. We're protecting you.
This is for General Van Herk. Because you still haven't been able to tell us what these things are that we are shooting out of the sky, that raises the question, have you ruled out aliens or extraterrestrials? And if so, why? Because that is what everyone is asking us right now.
At this point, we continue to assess every threat or potential threat unknown that approaches North America with an attempt to identify it.
So the Pentagon, the people that control the Pentagon, the people that brought you the poison shots, the open borders, it's all Pentagon run because it's the biggest, most competent bureaucracy the globalists have.
We must also be alert to the equal and opposite danger that public policy could itself become the captive of a scientific, technological elite.
People don't realize that Eisenhower, on his watch, lost control
of the technology transfer issue around ET spacecraft. They circled the wagons and cut him out. So that's where I get into the Majority Intelligence Committee, MAJIC. It's pronounced MAGIC, ironically, or not ironically. And that is a blend of both corporate and government programs. And I've met with a number of them who are involved at that level. And they all have this agenda to want to control the world through one calamity after another. And the big one they've been planning is to host sort of an alien threat from outer space. You know, Wernher von Braun back in the 70s on his deathbed told a member of my team that there was a long-term agenda to hoax a threat from outer space so that sort of the uber global elite, who are really fascists, wanted to take over the planet and unite humanity, not in love and peace or spiritual development or anything nice, but around a fearsome sort of police state conditions, and that they would go through a number of protocols to do that. First, there would be, of course, the Cold War, which they would wind down, replace it with global terrorism, and then global financial chaos. And then the big one, which is the one that they're working on most, that's been very covert in these unacknowledged special access projects, is this hoaxed alien threat. All of this is basically a dress rehearsal for what's coming. And people need to wake up.
Yeah, man, a lot of people don't want to wake up, though. You know, that's the unfortunate reality of these things. You know what I'm saying? We can try to wake you up, but it's really up to you if you want to get with the program or not. Folks, they're going to use any and every opportunity they have to run down on you. And that's just the bottom line, you know what I'm saying? There's really no ifs, ands, buts, maybes, would have beens, could have beens, or anything else. Due to the fact that it's real, you know what I'm saying? Now, to switch over into political theater. We only got a couple minutes to break this shit. Harris campaign mandates COVID vax. Both remote and on-site jobs for Harris Waltz campaign require up-to-date vaccination status. And y'all out here like, go, Pam, go. Y'all niggas out of fucking pocket. The federal mandate for employees and contractors has ended nearly 18 months ago. Absolutely. The Harris Waltz campaign is mandating up-to-date COVID-19 vaccinations for employees. Listing for on-site and remote jobs with the campaign posts to KamalaHarris.com feature a requirement for all employees to be up-to-date on vaccines. Harris, for the president, requires all employees to be up-to-date on COVID-19 vaccine status as prescribed by the CDC as a condition of employment. Unless otherwise prohibited by applicable law, the requirement states, wow. If you are seeking reasonable accommodations in relations to the campaign's COVID-19 policy, you should speak to HR department prior to reporting to an office location. So you fired unless you show up to HR. According to the Center for Disease Control, the CDC, up-to-date means having received at least one age-appropriate update COVID-19 vaccine for under 65, and over 65 must receive at least 2 doses. They're about to kill the shit out of y'all. The vaccine mandate for federal employees and contractors ended May 2023. When the end of the COVID public health emergency was declared, in recent weeks, Kamala Harris running mate Tim Walz has faced scrutiny for his policies as governor of Minnesota during the pandemic, which included setting up a so-called snitch line for citizens to alert authorities about people flouting the rules and shit. Tim Walz poisoned low-income families who desperately needed money and gave their children who had zero risk of COVID, an experimental vaccine. Tim Walz at Governor Tim Walz on Twitter. Big news. Starting this month, families who get their 5 to 11-year-olds vaccinated can get $200. That's cash in your pocket for starting the year off right by protecting your child from COVID. Oh, God. I have no fucking choice but to give y'all what y'all need. Y'all know what that is, right? Y'all know what that is, right? Yo, we gonna sing it together, or am I gonna sing it by myself and shit? Let go.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I often note I'm going to circle back. I hate to disappoint conservative Twitter, but I am going to circle back on a number of things, as we often do directly. I'll circle back. Circle back. I hate to disappoint you. Circle back. Circle back. That's an excellent question. Circle back. Circle back. I hate to disappoint you, but we will venture to circle back with all of you. This is such a good question. I have not had the opportunity to dig into that. I'll circle back.
It was a massive dump. To this day, everyone's trying to figure out where did it come from.
I'm not aware of anything, but we'll circle back.
This uncircumcised Philistine, who does he think he is?
As a mom myself, I want to know all the details. I have to circle back.
Come on, man. You know what I mean?
I will venture to get you an answer on that, and maybe we can talk about it, and you'll circle back. I will have to circle back on that one. Circle back. But we'll circle back. Circle back. But I will have to circle back with you. Circle back. Let me give you a very specific example. I'll circle back. Circle back. I hate to disappoint you. Circle back. Circle back. That's an excellent question. Circle back. Circle back. I hate to disappoint you, but we will venture to circle back.
This president knew back in January. Why didn't he tell us? Why did he warn us?
There are a number of ways to combat misinformation. One of them is circle back.
You told us that Trump was invincible and Hillary was in a prison, right?
I don't really have any predictions for you on that. I can circle back. Let me see if I can get more detail for you on that. Circle back.
I signed something saying that if I'm wrong, I can go to prison. Did you?
We'll try to get to as many questions as possible. I'll circle back. I don't have anything more for you. We'll circle back. And that communication has been lacking. Circle back. Well, as you know, we'll circle back. Let me give you a very specific example. I'll circle back. Circle back. I hate to disappoint you. Circle back. Circle back. That's an excellent question. Circle back. Circle back. I hate to disappoint you, but we will venture to circle back with all of you.
And yet, despite the fact that we've now essentially clinically tested the vaccine on billions of people worldwide, around 1 in 5 Americans is still willing to put themselves at risk and put their families at risk rather than get vaccinated.
One of the things that we're not hearing a lot about is the unique potential safety problem of coronavirus vaccines.
And then something changed.
Any vaccine released by emergency use authorization by the FDA is an outstanding vaccine.
J&J's vaccine has a risk of life-threatening blood clots.
When you hear the beep, that's the sound of safety.
So don't overthink it. They're both really good. They're all really good vaccines. Get vaccinated now.
You gotta call now.
If you wait, it's going to be really too late to protect your child.
If this was your child, what happens next could make it the worst day of your life.
So even though COVID poses zero threat to healthy children,
vaccinate your children.
Do the right thing. Be safe and not sorry.
I'm strongly recommending for adolescents to get their 2 doses of vaccine and fully immunized after those 2 doses.
Advanced technology that can help save lives.
This is going to be a long-lasting vaccine. A long-lasting vaccine.
A few moments later,
we're seeing that 2 doses is not holding up well for emergency room visits. It's not holding up well for hospitalizations. Again. Everyone's going to need a booster. You need that 3rd immunization.
Triple the amount.
Get that 3rd immunization. The 2 mRNA vaccines were always a 3-dose vaccine. The 2 mRNA vaccines were always a 3-dose vaccine. I've always said this is a 3-dose vaccine. I've always said this is a 3-dose vaccine. This is a 3-dose vaccine.
But I'm not done yet.
That 3rd immunization. The problem is It's not holding up.
What's the
So
problem?
we may have to look at sort of innovative solutions.
Oh God, not this again.
A fourth immunization, just to keep them going, keep the country going. We have to consider some out of the box things. A fourth immunization, a fourth immunization. Get that second boost. A second boost to keep the country going. I've made that recommendation. A fourth immunization.
But I'm still not
One semester later.
Unfortunately, the numbers are starting to trend up again. So the hospitalizations are up. And so the most important message that I have this morning is get your new bivalent booster.
Willie and Lise were saying they got their booster, and I was like, oh, I need to get mine. And then I found out they're talking about the third shot.
Yeah.
And is that the bivalent, or is it the fourth booster, or does it matter?
Don't worry so much about the number of...
There's no wrong way to use it.
You have to get it.
This new bivalent booster...
You can double or triple stack them.
The new bivalent one is doing a much better job. You have to get a booster.
Yeah.
You need to get this new bivalent booster. That bivalent booster for COVID.
But does everyone ages 12 and older need a booster?
The answer is yes. Yes. And by the way, if you're over 50 and have gotten 2 boosters and more than 2 to 4 months out, you're going to need a third booster as well, a 5th immunization.
Number 5.
I don't think we're going to need an annual booster like flu.
Eventually.
Dr. Hotez supports yearly boosters, just like flu.
But I'm still not done.
It looks as though the boosters are not holding up quite as well as we'd like. And I think our thinking is going to change, and that what's going to happen is every, few months we may need another booster.
And y'all fucking fell for it. I'm gonna come back on the other side with even more of this shit. Don't move your motherfucking switch. Who is it? It's your boy. Hey, Kamala. I'm coming.
Why not visit the border? Why not see what Americans are seeing?
I think that at some point she may go to the border. We'll see, but we'll circle back.
You have a message for would-be migrants. Don't come.
Do not come.
Put it in reverse.
Do not come.
She may go to the border. I will have to circle back on that one.
Do not come. Do not come.
I expect at some time she may go to the border. We'll circle back.
You have to understand that there's a reason people are arriving at our border.
So how quickly does this change what we see at the border?
I don't know. I don't understand the point that you're making. There's not going to be a quick fix. I've been very clear from the beginning.
What her focus has been, what the assignment is to work with leaders. She's doing exactly what the president asked her to do.
It is insulting. It is embarrassing.
You have a message for would-be migrants. Don't come.
Do not come.
Put it in reverse.
Do not come.
She may go to the border. I will have to circle back on that one.
Do not come. Do not come.
I expect at some time she may go to the border. We'll circle back.
The reason that I'm in Guatemala is to address the reasons people leave home, flee. They want to stay. They don't want to leave. We are going to the border. We've been to the border. This whole thing about the border.
You haven't been to the border.
And I haven't been to Europe.
What her focus has been, what the assignment is to work with leaders. She's doing exactly what the president asked her to do.
It is insulting. It is embarrassing.
You have a message for would-be migrants. Don't come.
Do not come.
Put it in reverse.
Do not come.
She may go to the border. I will have to circle back on that one.
Do not come. Do not come.
I expect at some time she may go to the border. We'll circle back.
I don't know what you tell the people that live at the southern border. I guess they better arm up and get guns and be ready. Maybe they're gonna have to start taking matters into their own hands. It is bad all around.
Don't come.
Do not come.
Put it in reverse.
Do not come.
She may go to the border. I will have to circle back on that one.
Do not come. Do not come.
I expect at some time she may go to the border. We'll circle back.
Yo, it's your boy, Mr. P. I want to tell y'all, man, we got the podcast player over there at CivilianTalkPodcast.com now, you know what I'm saying? All you got to do is hit the check out the podcast button. There's a nice big old player over there, you know what I'm saying? You can check out as many episodes as you want, and we going to be over there waiting for y'all, you know what I'm saying? We done streamlined it, so you don't have to go to your favorite podcast outlet no more. You don't have to sign in to Spotify or iHeartRadio or iTunes. You can just go over to CivilianTalkPodcast.com, and it's not another link. You can just press the episode you want and press play, and you already know. It's your boy.
Oh, Calvin!
And we back. You already know. Don't you just love this show? Yeah. And I just want y'all to know I'm doing all this shit live. So even the breaks is live. Like, I'm constantly recording the whole time. I'm not hitting no pause button, no nothing. This is a live recording with the commercial breaks and all that, nigga. I'm live like that. You hear me? Seriously, though. I do this shit for real. So, back to the bullshit. Y'all ready for some more bullshit? I'm ready for some more. Well, I'm not ready for some more bullshit, but we gonna give you the bullshit, right? Gay trans Kamala Harris rally attended worried Trump will ban abortions. Okay. I mean, we know lefty losers when we see them, right? You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's nothing. You know, they all look like they got mommy and daddy issues and shit, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, look like they want to do drugs and shit, but we ain't gonna motherfucking judge them and shit. A pair of young Americans who recently attended a Whites for Kamala Harris rally told Tenet Media, Tyler Hansen, they both terrified a second Donald Trump presidency will result in abortion rights being stripped away from the country. So you rather not use protection or, fuck, responsibly. You want to have abortions, lefty loser. Okay. Asked why they're voting for Harris, one of the duo said, I don't want to lose rights. Like, I'm a trans man and I'm gay and I have been pregnant and I had an abortion before and I don't want to lose that. What? This chick is self-identifying as handicapped and shit per usual. And she don't want to, since she's self-identifying as delusional and shit, she don't want to lose any of her delusional rights on the other side, because she's not a woman. She identifies as a trans man, but only women can get abortions for some reason. I don't know. They didn't figure out the science on that yet. But only chicks can get, only girls can get abortions, Trans men don't have abortions. They're not really men. They are women in costume and shit. It's like RuPaul. He's not a woman. He's a nigga in woman's clothing and shit. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes he shows up in niggas' clothing. Don't nobody question him about nothing. See, this is that bullshit. This is that fucking bullshit. Let's do it.
Why are y'all voting for Kamala Harris?
I don't want to lose my rights. Like, I'm a trans man and I'm gay and I have been pregnant and I've had an abortion before and I don't want to lose that. I'm afraid of not being able to be myself anymore because from what I've heard, Trump's America doesn't want me to look like this. So that's why I'm here today and that's why I'm voting blue.
What about you?
I've also been pregnant and had an abortion before. I was a minor and it would have been dangerous for me to properly, it would have been dangerous for me to carry a baby with personal reasons and everything.
This bitch is a pin cushion.
I'm very,
alternative,
and I feel like if Trump were to win, I wouldn't be able to express myself through my looks and everything, and wouldn't be able to have the piercings or the dyed hair or the tattoos that I want. I would be able to
Why
be
wouldn't
myself. And my dad's very pro-Trump, and I'm just very
pro-Kamala.
Pro-Kamala. Yeah, I don't. It's just,
does that cause a divide at all?
Yeah, it definitely does. He thinks that Kamala's going to ruin the country, but I think that Trump would do worse, a lot. Kamala is going to be good for the country.
Kamala is a white motherfucker, literally virtue signaling per usual. You know what I mean? Can the deep state plan for civil war be stopped? Yes, it can, but we'll go over that after we go through this Tim Waltz article. Shift Boat 2, Electric Boogaloo, The depth of Tim Waltz's misrepresentation about his military service are too great for him to carry on Kamala Harris VP nomination. But why are we talking about the VP pick so much anyway? It's a lot to unpack here and shit. So we'll only do a couple paragraphs. When you make being a military man and everything that implies honor, discipline, bravery, self-sacrifice, love for the country a central part of who you are and your case for leadership at the highest levels of our national life, you can't really survive having your formal battle platoon commander say you're a sneaky, self-serving little coward. Not really. Damn, that's crazy. his ex-commander said he a little bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? Chain of command takes precedence and all that, and certainly in America, where the military, despite years of ill-meaning political assaults, remain the hugely respected institution and object in our national pride. Here's what Walt's battalion commander, retired Lieutenant Colonel John Cobb, had to say about the Minnesota governor. I do not regret that Tim Waltz retired early from the Minnesota Army National Guard, did not complete the Sergeant's Major Academy, broke his enlistment contract, and did not successfully complete any assignment as a Sergeant Major. Unwittingly, he got out of the way for better leadership. Damn, but it gets worse. What? Tim Beharad, Walt's replacement, was the right leader at the right time. He sacrificed to answer the call, leaving his family business and farming partner brother to train, lead, and care for soldiers. He earned the privilege of being called Command Sergeant Major. Like a great leader, he ran toward and not away from the guns. But it gets much worse. Damn, like damn. Y'all just gonna grind this nigga up ungodly like this? I love it. I love it. This is perfect for civilian talk. I have no opinion of Mr. Waltz's decision to leave the service at the time he did, Cobb continued. It was his right to retire early. I also have no criticism of his service as an E7 and an E8 in the MNARNG. I don't have no clue what that means. Probably the Marine Corps or something. By all accounts and on the record, he was a competent chief of fire and battery gunnery sergeant and a first sergeant. Oh, he was competent. That's where we going with it. You going to pat him on the back so you don't fuck your career up. I cannot say the same for his service setting. Frocked in the CMS chair. He did not earn the rank or successfully complete any assignment as an E9. It is an affront to the non-commissioned officer corps that he continued to gloom into the title. I can sit in the cockpit of an airplane. It does not make me a pilot. Similarly, when the demands of service and leadership at the highest levels got real, he chose another path and shit. Of course he did. He's a little bitch. Little bitch. Oh me, oh me, oh my. I done fucked with too many bitches from the 305. And he probably was fucking with too many niggas because he looked like a faggot. You know what I'm saying? On some kind of shit. And that's nothing against faggots, but we calling a spade tonight. Fuck y'all. I don't give a fuck about no feelings. Y'all know this. Y'all know this. Cobb was referring in particular to Walt's decision to retire from the Guard on the eve of his battalion's deployment to Iraq. That nigga, he retired the night before going to Iraq. I ain't going to fuck to Iraq. Is you crazy? That nigga, I'm not fucking going, nigga. Y'all got no fuck. Waltz got the fuck out of there and shit. And then fucking stole the valor of actually being there. But he said, but be in no doubt, this isn't about one egregious incident. This is about Tim Waltz, the soldier, Tim Waltz, the leader, Tim Waltz, the man. He's not a man. He's a woman. You can look at him and tell he's a tranny woman and shit. Less than a week after Kamala Harris picked Tim Waltz as her running mate, his reputation lies in tatters. His elaborate construction of misrepresentations, just like Joe Biden and shit. I was the top of my class. His professor was like, that nigga was the stupidest nigga I ever fucking met. I can't believe this shit. Y'all gonna believe this shit? This nigga was dumb as shit. I can't, what the fuck? I said, what's 5 times 3? He said 90-12. I said, what the fuck? What the fuck is 90-12? You man, like, what the fuck?
Q stands for questioning, excuse me. God love you. Right. Questioning your mom. Look, hey, come on. Take you out behind the schoolyard and get you pregnant.
And he really said that to me.
What must be what? Let me start off with 2 words. Made in America.
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was going to put him...
Yep. Joe Biden reincarnated. Or maybe duly incarnated. Who knows? Less than 24 hours after Kamala Harris picked Tim Walz as her running mate, his reputation lies. Right. Outright lies about his 24 years in the Minnesota National Guard, built over decades, came crashing down, blown to smithereens like an Afghan goat horde outhouse. Damn, that's crazy, huh? Wow. Said they blew his shit up like a fucking Afghan goat herd outhouse. Damn, that's fucked up. All those poor goats. Veterans, people who really knew, had been chipping away for decades, but it was only in the last week when Walz emerged on the national stage as the next potential vice president that the fragility of the structure finally became clear. Yeah, because he literally came out and was like, we shouldn't tell people what they didn't do in the military. I was like, nigga, what the fuck you mean we shouldn't? He ain't say that, but he said that in so many words. I can't think of the word for word, but he was basically like, we shouldn't call people out for lying about their military service. We supposed to caress people that had military service. If they lied about it, that's okay. That's okay. You know what I'm saying? Emerged on the National Guard stage. The Karl Marx famously said that history repeats itself first as tragedy, then as farce. Well, I think we've skipped the tragedy and gone straight to farce. Let's call it what it is. This is Shift Boat 2. Electric Boogaloo. Oh, not Shifty Shift. Wow, the embarrassing sequel that goes straight to video. This is one with 100% negative score on Rotten Tomatoes. Wow, Shift Boat Playbook, as it comes to be known, was controversial when it was applied to John Kerry, who actually served in a war zone Vietnam. Unlike Tim Walz, is still up for debate whether Kerry was guilty of any of the things he was accused of during Vietnam. But it is clear that the damage to his reputation, deserved or otherwise, was a critical factor for him losing the 2004 election to George Bush and shit. Because you could sit around and fraud, nigga, but we don't, I mean, niggas ain't with all that shit, man. You know what I mean? Niggas ain't trying to hear you frauding, bro. Especially motherfuckers that's really putting in fucking work. That shit crazy and shit. You know what I mean? Now, I'm going to play this deep state plan for civil war, and then I'm going to show you how this shit is actually coming to fruition right in front of our fucking eyes. Basically, if we don't wake up today, we may not have an America to wake up to tomorrow. I'm about to prove that to you in 2 articles. So this is video number 1. Let's go.
The local police are not your enemy. The fire department's not your enemy. The health department's not your enemy. The rank and file FBI is not your enemy. Not the federal marshals, any of them. But their bosses are bad guys on average and are our enemy. And they intend on having this confrontation, this civil war. Raskin's one of the top strategists in their meetings. It's come out. And he's up there giggling and laughing about civil war and how much fun it's going to be. Well, that's because he thinks he's going to give you orders to go start a fight with the American people who've already been totally put to the ringer. And so, you know what? If America is dumb enough to buy this crap and kill each other, we get what we deserve. But you will not defeat the New World Order killing a bunch of police and a bunch of feds. The nation is under attack.
Yeah, actually, green-lighting the UN.
There is massive human trafficking, including of children. And the people running the federal government are at war with our dollar, our border, our sovereignty, our military, with everything. And their main plan is to get a civil war going in this country. And they've said that. So they're the clear and present danger. They're the bad guys publicly plotting all this crap. They said before they stole the election 4 years ago, and the New York Times had a big war game with John Podesta. They said, we're not going to accept him. We're going to have our own electors. We're going to go have our own thing in Colorado, and we're going to put Joe Biden in. That's everything they accused Trump of they were actually doing.
And we told y'all that over and over and over. It's called projection, upside down world, however you want to phrase it. We've been, beating you in the head with that shit. I'm surprised you haven't fully come to grasp with it yet.
It's not me reading federal documents. Of course it is. Where Biden said 3 years ago, the main terror threat will be white people and conservatives. We're going to outlaw MAGA, and then all the surrogates on MSNBC and CNN saying the same thing. They're now officially coming out and saying we're going to have a civil war in America, and Trump will not be put back in even if he's elected.
Right. So they're going to have
not
it
just Jamie Raskin
before
saying
January,
one of the top
so they can lock
system.
them out.
It's a bunch of them
during January.
So we should have a discussion. Open the phones up. What do we do about the UN planning to put UN troops in America?
Great question.
And NATO. Sorry, I forgot about that. What do we do about their open plans for worldwide martial law and forced injections? Because I don't believe we should ever offensively go after any of these people. I was listening to Glenn Beck this morning driving into work, and he was saying, look, he doesn't think God will be on our side if we offensively ever do something. And I agree with that. But
defensively,
at a certain point, what is offense? What is defense when you're being hit with bioweapons? The borders are wide open. Your government is at war with you. And everything they do is to undermine the country, and they're targeting our children. I'm not saying or even hinting go out and be violent, because they would really play off of that, and that's what they want, because we're winning hearts and minds so fast, they can see that no matter what they do, they're out of power very soon, not just here but around the world. So they want to get the confrontation going. All I'm saying is, they do a cyber outage, they release some deadly virus, they got stuff locked down, the food supplies break down, you got riots and burning crap in the streets.
You're not going to worry about that.
You better be ready to protect yourselves. And then to the people in the government and the bureaucrats that they are intending to send out to people's houses to drag them off to these emergency pandemic centers. Look, I don't have any bloodlust, and I know my listeners don't either. We don't want to fight with you, but let me just advise the FBI and the local police and the federal marshals and the military and everybody, and I don't think you even need me to tell you this, do you think total collapse and martial law and war in the streets and trying to take people to emergency centers is a very healthy job for you?
No.
Or for the people you're trying to come grab?
No.
It is going to descend into
chaos.
All-out war.
Yeah, like what the fuck?
And I'm trying to stop that.
Facts.
But
I'm assisting.
I can play you Hotez and play you Raskin and play you dozens of clips off the top of my mind just last week.
Will you believe it, though?
With them giggling and laughing about how they're going to create a civil war in America and have a fight with the MAGA people. What?
MAGA, that's majority of the country, too. I just want y'all to know that shit.
And yeah, Raskin wants to sit back while federal, state, and local forces get whipped into hysteria. It'll kick off probably first with,
a
civil unrest
Floyd
and
style.
Racial division and then a virus. Yeah. So it'll be like, everybody do what you're told. We'll get the power back on. We'll get you the food. We'll get you the medicine. And then the globalists stage some false flags to demonize right-wingers.
Mm-hmm.
And then they order the FBI to go out and start grabbing everybody. And it won't be like January 6th, where we all knew we got set up and we were trying to stabilize the country. If the feds push into this next move, I can tell you most of the rank and file, Border Patrol, and other federal agents are bare minimum not going to show up.
Exactly.
And a lot of them are
that's why they got
the people. That's
why they got the foreigners.
So I would really advise Obama and the globalists and Hillary and their controllers and Raskin, know when you're beaten, okay? And just let us politically take the country back peacefully and turn the energy back on and try to stabilize inflation and try to control the border, try to take care of the military, try to take care of seniors, and try to stabilize the dollar. And you'll pretty much be left alone. Trump isn't looking to come after all you people, except that really is his duty, but knowing Trump, he won't. But I would tell you, get out of the way. Everything you touch turns to crap.
Mm-hmm.
Every move you make doesn't work. You couldn't even, kill Trump properly.
Yeah. You couldn't lock him up properly.
I'm telling you, just anybody can look at
all
this
them tries
and understand that you've got a bunch of crazy lawyers like Swallowswell
and gay lunatics.
When he was arguing with folks online, Joe Biggs about how we're going to confiscate your guns. Remember back during the Democrat primaries 5 years ago, 4 years ago, 4.5 years ago.
Yes, I do.
They're all up there. Hell yeah, we'll take your AR-15. Hell yeah, we're going to confiscate them.
Fucking
and
Joe.
Big said we try to confiscate them. That's going to cause 1776
chaos.
And Swallowswell, the Chinese communist agent, said, "Well, listen, we've got nuclear weapons, so we'll beat you." And Biden has said a bunch. We've got F-15s and F-18s. You don't use F-18s to confiscate guns. You don't use nuclear weapons.
No.
Nuclear weapons are to take out large military forces or in a full-out exchange major cities and industry. The cities are Democrat-run. You're going to nuke yourselves? No, it takes boots on the ground to go out and kick in doors and take those guns.
But that's
and
not
then
going
once
to happen.
that kicks off, people aren't waiting in their house
for you to come get their shit, yeah.
For you to come to them. Once it kicks off, they're going to come to you like the French Resistance on steroids. So I've looked at every angle of this. It's insane. And you've got Raskin and Hotez and Biden and Swallowswell all talking about F-18s and nuclear weapons and UN troops. I mean, let me give the globals a newsflash.
Y'all not going to be in
the
them
global treaty and have the UN be in charge of the tyranny, but it'll still come as local law enforcement if they follow the illegal orders. But you are dumb enough to put blue helmets on the ground in America? America will turn on you
quicker than fucking...
Basically, 99% will turn on you.
Yeah, super fast.
So, and again, they're talking about NATO troops.
It's about to be the handsmaid too.
America.
They think they're going to wipe us out and keep all the bitches.
And that's what they're sitting around in their boardrooms talking about. These people are crazy. And again, the average senator, the average Democrat senator has been raised in a high-rise apartment 3 generations. They don't know how to cook a hamburger. They don't even know how guns work. They don't know how electricity works, how gardening works. They don't know anything. Anything.
They're retarded.
I have worked in farming and ranching and everything and construction, and I know a lot about guns, and I feel unprepared. Facts. And then because I'm no expert at any of that, I'm just a generalist, but I look at the average leftist, I mean, they
are dumb as shit.
Extremely domesticated and stupid. But they always count in the military. The same one they just injected poison shots in their...
Well, the military woke now, so we're going to...
attack you. He's going to form up, and it's going to march out and win a war. But that's not what they're really planning. They plan on civil unrest and break down a food chain.
And then supply
chain, and then just say, do what we say, accept the new global ID, accept the new ESG score, accept the new unified ballot sheet for the central bank digital currency. And we will fix it. They just plan on holding us hostage at a much more intense level than we saw during the whole COVID scam. So they've only got limited power what they can do, and they know that. That's why they want to trick us into offensive action. Because they know they're losing. That said, I'm not going to any FEMA camps. My family's not going to any FEMA camps.
At all, nigga.
And if people came to take me to one, I would try to go out the back door and not have a confrontation. But that said, you're not taking me to one of your damn concentration camps. I'm not like the folks in World War II that loaded on the trains and did all that. Not going. Not getting on the buses.
Yeah, we all going out in blood.
Not going to happen.
Get it back in blood.
Everybody else can make that decision.
Big bird.
One of these damn places where they're going to shoot you up and kill your ass. And the average compartmentalized people running it won't even understand what's going on. And that's the thing. The compartmentalized people that they want to enforce all this, on average, do not really understand what's going on, but they are more and more, and when they do get presented with the facts, they
turn against them. Exactly.
So I'm going to say it again. The local police are not your enemy. The fire department's not your enemy. The health department's not your enemy. The rank and file FBI is not your enemy. Not the federal marshals, any of them. But their bosses are bad guys, on average, and are our enemy. And they intend on having this confrontation, this civil war. Raskin's one of the top strategists in their meetings. It's come out. And he's up there giggling and laughing about civil war and how much fun it's going to be. Well, that's because he thinks he's going to give you orders to go start a fight with the American people who've already been totally put to the ringer. And so, you know what? If America is dumb enough to buy this crap and kill each other, we get what we deserve.
Big facts. I'm with you on that joint and shit. But now, why did I play that? Because neighbor shoots and kills conservative dad, MAGA Republican dad, after daughter touches yard during a walk. Nathan Morris, who worked with MI6 Congressional, is that Michigan 6th Congressional District Republican Committee, shot dead by neighbor, angry daughter, touched his mulch. Wow. 35-year-old man in Michigan, I was right. Father who worked in Republican politics was shot and killed by his neighbor while taking a walk with his daughter, during which she angered the neighbor by touching his mulch. So she touched his dirt, and he put her dad in the dirt. According to reports, the incident sparked an altercation between Canton resident Nathan Morris, a father of two who ran for a school board and previously worked for the Michigan 6th Congressional District Republican Committee, and his 47-year-old neighbor, Devereux Johnson, on Saturday while taking a stroll with his family in his neighborhood. His daughter touched the mulch of one of the neighbors. Michigan GOP wrote in a statement released on X, Nathan Morris was a friend and fellow patriot, a strong Christian, a wonderful husband to Becky, and a great dad to Molly and Joey. He also engineered at Ford Motors and got involved in politics. When Ford mandated the COVID vaccine, he ran for Canton School Board to make schools safe. You know what I'm saying? The neighbor took a gun out and started threatening his family. Nathan sent his family home and said that he would try to defuse the situation, but instead was shot and killed. The Canton Police Department reported that the suspect next attempt to barricade himself in his house. You stupid fuck. You wouldn't have to do that if you didn't do the stupid fuck shit. Immediately following the shooting, the suspect barricaded himself in the house after issuing multiple commands. Officers successfully engaged the suspect, who ultimately surrendered to police custody. The suspect remains in jail pending a full investigation. At the time, the case will be turned over to Wayne County Prosecutor Office for review of charges. Let's just hope that it's not a lefty loser in there. Let's check out the local Channel 4 of Michigan and shit on the report.
Prosecutors are deciding what charges to issue after a confrontation between two neighbors went too far. Police tell us a 35-year-old man was walking with his family when a 47-year-old man shot him. This happened yesterday in Canton on Cornell Street. The victim was taken to a hospital but died from his injuries. The suspect then barricaded himself inside his own home. Officers were able to convince the suspect to surrender. The Wayne County Prosecutor's Office is now looking at a review of charges.
This shit getting crazy. You know what I mean? This shit getting real fucking bugged out. And that's one of the reasons I played Circle Back and Do Not Come and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because we were circling back to the COVID, plus we circling back to the migrant crisis in all fucking places on the planet. It's not just here, it's everywhere. It's by design. You know what I mean? I try to explain that to y'all all the time and shit. Some of y'all willing to listen, some of y'all aren't. You know what I'm saying? I really do appreciate the people with more open minds than less open minds. We really do appreciate that. We really do appreciate the fact that you get it. You know what I'm saying? And that's major. That's a big thing. The fact that you get it is half the battle. But it's happening everywhere. It's not just here. Migrants killing and raping motherfuckers and stabbing motherfuckers and beating motherfuckers with all types of dumbass shit because they ain't got no guns. We got the gats. You know what I mean? And everybody on the planet know we got the gats and shit. You know we got the gats. Brazil know we got the gats. China know we got the gats. Russia know we got the gats. Like, you come over here with that dumb shit, we got the gats. Why you think they keep trying to confiscate all the gats? See, that's the thing. I know enough people, right, that collectively, I probably know where about at least 500 gats at. On some real shit. Like, that's how many strapped motherfuckers I know and deal with. You understand what I'm saying? So, like, and I'm pretty sure they know where another 500 gets at. You feel what I'm saying? It's quick that you only need like 8 motherfuckers to be at 500 gats in America, bro. On some real shit. You mean? We could be generous and call it 16, but come on, bro. We all know. For real, you can have 5 motherfuckers and have 500 gats between the 5 of them and shit. In America, my nigga. And that's the thing. That's why they keep trying to get you on these registries and register your SBRs and your silencers and your bump stocks and your fucking drop-in triggers and your fucking force reset triggers and all that shit. This is why they want to ban that shit. You mean? So when they roll this shit out and niggas start getting stabbed the fuck up in all these weird-ass places and shit, you will be at the mercy of the law enforcement that's in place, which will be the blue hats. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about it. Over in Europe, they citizens don't got guns. And if they do, they got double-barrel shotguns and 6-shot revolvers and shit, bitch-ass guns and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's why they call our guns weapons of war. Why do Americans got weapons of war and everybody else got bitch-ass guns and shit? You know what I'm saying? Because this is the war zone nobody wants to enter. Nobody wants to enter this war zone. Why you think they sending in their troops covertly and shit? Come on, man. Use your motherfucking head. They sending them in covertly so they can get behind enemy lines with the Trojan horse, but we gonna blow the Trojan horse the fuck up. Anybody that's not speaking proper English is dead meat. You know what I'm saying? You mean, oh, I love America. Which America? What you mean, which America? Blow, nigga, you... You mean? If you gotta ask me which America, you don't belong here. You feel me? Like on some real shit. And that's just keeping it a beam, bro. You know what I mean? Y'all got the game fucked up. You mean this is America, home of the free, land of the free, and home of the motherfucking brave. Why you think we so brave? Why you think we've been respected throughout the planet so fucking long? Because we will come blow your shit up and run through your shit at the same. We'll be running through your shit and blowing your shit up at the same time, nigga. You mean? And fucking gun. And our shooters is real shooters. We send 100, we take out 15, 20,000. You understand what I'm saying? We real killers, nigga. You mean? We send a fucking platoon, a battle platoon, nigga. It's on and popping, nigga. The only time we really got smoked was like in Normandy and shit. That's because they was getting off the boat in front of a fucking machine gun. They had bad intel. You mean, if anything, you should have got down the beach. You should have came on the beach, down the beach. And think about that. They had all those machine guns wiping all them niggas out, and they still brung enough niggas to take the beach. So think about that shit. Like, stop fucking playing, bro. And those was just, you mean, those regular motherfuckers. You ain't even get that was the Navy coming, the Navy and the Marines. You ain't even get the Army and the fucking Air Force dropping dick on you and shit. So what the fuck is you talking about, bro? And then you gotta think the civilians of motherfucking America, the citizens of America that's all strapped up and shit. Some of these motherfuckers are pilots and fucking tank drivers and Humvee navigators and motherfucking all types of fucking killer instinct shit. You mean? Y'all on some bullshit. Y'all thinking y'all gonna get away with this cool shit and we just gonna bow down and be like, okay, well, it's all good. You know, you can take over the planet. Klaus Schwab, listen, Klaus. Understand that we don't fuck with you like that. You, first of all, you bald head with glasses. We don't trust you and shit. We didn't trust Professor X either and shit. You know what I'm saying? We ain't trust his ass. You know what I'm saying? And we ain't trust Magneto and he had hair. You know what I'm saying? We letting you know now. We don't trust Bill Gates. We don't like fucking the Soroses. We don't like the Rothschilds. We don't like the Rockefellers. We don't like the Schwabs. We don't like the anybody that's in the motherfucking way trying to take our freedoms for good to stay. You know, we not with that. We're not with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, though. Like, I mean, bro, I would rather, you know, like, blow you up instead. You know what I'm saying? UK police arrest children and elderly citizens for rioting after 3 girls were stabbed by a migrant. You know what I'm saying? A pair of 12-year-olds and a 13-year-old boy among hundreds arrested in connection with recent unrest. The UK government has unleashed its police state to go after little boys and old men who engage in riots after an 11-year-old girl was stabbed last month by a second-generation migrant who killed 3 children. And y'all mad for what? You know what I'm saying? So a nigga can just come through, stab up everybody, and y'all just gonna be just, cool with that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's where we at. In response to the disturbing murders in Southport, England, locals took to the streets with many breaking into nearby migrant centers to clash with the police. Among the 30 people charged with disorder in Southport and Liverpool was a pair of 12-year-old boys, as they should. They standing up for what the fuck they believe. And the UK has arrested a 12-year-old boy for attending a protest and shit. The UK is trying to install fear into the hearts and minds of its citizens so the invasion can continue on. Now, remember, when COVID was popping, the yellow vest movement came out. These niggas was pissed the fuck off. They was trashing niggas. They was fucking trashing niggas, like, for real. They really had whole fucking attitudes and shit. Sky News, boy 12 becomes youngest to be charged in riots and Southport killings and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all don't give a fuck, though. I mean, y'all like, fuck it. It is what it is. I mean, I understand. You know what I'm saying? I think it's still dumb as shit. That you're trying to stick your head in the sand, but, all right, stick your head in the sand, and, when somebody kick you in the ass, don't be mad, you know what I mean? Police say one of the boys threw a missile at the police van during a demonstration. How come it ain't blow up? You know what I'm saying? I got so many questions right now. Nationally, at least 900 people have been arrested, with more than 460 being charged, including a 13-year-old Manchester boy. Last week, 3 teenagers, boys 15, 16, and 17, were arrested in Hull on suspicion of violent disorder following an anti-immigration demonstration. UK authorities also sentenced the 69-year-old man to nearly 3 years in prison for holding a wooden club during the Southport riots. So the nigga had a stick. The nigga was Moses, and they threw his ass in jail for 3 years. Ain't that about a motherfucker? Bro, you can't make this shit up. You know what I'm saying? William Nelson Morris, 69, a retiree who, with no criminal record, is the oldest anti-mass migration English arrestee to be convicted so far. The nigga is 69. He not due to get out till he fucking 72 and change. Nigga, is you serious? Over some fucking migrants that fucking broke the law to be there? If y'all not fucking outraged, then when it happened to you, don't be fucking outraged. I'm gonna be outraged, but don't try to link up with me, because I don't trust you. You was a lefty loser. When we was trying to fix the problem, it wasn't a problem. So you can't get with us when it's time to fix the problem. You know what I mean? He was sentenced to 2 years and 8 months in prison for refusing to disperse and holding a stick at the library riot in. What the fuck? Wow. In Southport. Wow. This shit is crazy. Even Elon Musk had to say something about that shit. He said, that's fucked up. Elon Musk even had to say, wow, that's interesting. You know how his voice, that's interesting. Citizens taken to the street to voice their opposition to mass migration can expect visits from the police as soon as social media posts below where the UK Home Office bragged of hunting down offenders. Damn, the cops is like, we coming to get you if you say something about our lovable, sweet Muslims. You mean, if you say anything about those Muslims, that's so sweet. And I ain't got nothing against Muslims and shit. I actually studied their religion very vastly and shit, you know what I'm saying? And the only question I have for you, if you are a Muslim and shit, is it true that they gave God over 100 names in that book? And is it true that one of his names is the Great Deceiver? Why would you ever name God the Great Deceiver? Who is the Great Deceiver? Satan. So the God of that book is Satan. Satan. Like, now I need some. Can I get some drops around here and shit? Can I get some fucking drops?
The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist.
Yes, that's definitely one of them.
See, Bob, I can't send $100. If you can just worship God through $5 or $10. Every Apostle Paul said the first of each week lay aside as God hath prospered you. That's why I believe God prospers people. Satan gave me this message. I mean, it's a lie of the devil. I shouldn't have said that. God gave me this message.
His God is Satan. You already know. Freudian slips. So if you Muslim, read your book and look up Great Deceiver. Why would you call your own God the Great Deceiver? Why would your God deceive you? Like, what's the purpose of that shit? I thought the devil's job was to deceive you. So, I mean, just something to think about. You know, I'm just the messenger, bro. Don't be mad at me and shit. But again, our Muslims so sweet. They're so delicate. They're gonna arrest you if you talk about it. This is some bullshit, bro. You know what I mean? What happened to y'all didn't arrest niggas for talking about niggas? Yeah, think about that, Mr. Muslim and shit. You was black first, right? You mean, what the fuck? You was African American first, right? The fuck? You mean? Now, you know, they ain't throw niggas in jail for calling you darky and shit. But you gonna throw me in jail for saying you committed a crime and shit? What kind of shit is that, man? Like nigga, you committed a crime. You came over my border illegally and shit. Throw him in jail. No, we coming to get you, nigga. Cause you just committed a crime. Like, hold the fuck up. Me calling out a crime is a crime? Like, what the fuck? I can go on about this shit for days and shit. Anyone who commits violent disorder should expect a visit from the UK police. The UK police dragnet is also gelling citizens who dared to post offensive content online, including 31-year-old father who recently imprisoned for 12 weeks over a Facebook post deemed offensive and menacing as defined by the Communications Act. See example of social media police in action on the following footer. Bro, it's just, come on, man. You mean, and all the migrants are stabbing everybody and shit, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, what are we doing? I got so many questions. Germany considers 6-centimeter knife ban amid stabbing surge. Okay, so now niggas is getting shanked, so we're going to ban shanks because the illegal niggas that you locking me up for calling illegal is running around here stabbing motherfuckers. So now none of us can have knives. How about none of them can stay? Wouldn't that be easier? Wouldn't that be a lot easier? If you just kick the niggas out that's doing the bullshit. Wouldn't that be fantastic? I mean, who do I have to talk to around here? I have so many questions. So many motherfucking questions. The knives are not the problem. The third worlders Europe brought in are no stabbers would obey a knife ban, and no knife ban would make the knives unobtainable, you stupid fuck. As a number of knife contacts continue to rapidly grow in Germany, Interior Minister Nancy Fraser has proposed a strict knife-carrying ban than the one already in place. Critics argue, however, that even the strictest of bans will not hinder perpetrators, mostly migrants, from committing horrendous crimes. Why? Because they don't respect your laws that showed you that by not respecting your law coming into the country. My nigga. And the state should instead focus on its efforts on putting a stop to illegal migration from Africa and the Middle East. Now, I'm not even mad about that. You know, I'm not mad that they said Africa, them Somalian niggas is a problem. You understand? Nigga, did you not listen to Ilhan Omar? That bitch is crazy. She's a pirate. They came up with the term booby trap because Somalians was trapping motherfucking sailors when they was riding by. You know what I'm saying? These niggas is fucked up they broke, you know? Like, I seen one on a dating show the other day. Warped body bitch, you know what I'm saying? Bad attitude, super bad attitude. You know, so from you know, one of the most fucked up places on earth. You know? And it's like, nigga, who the fuck go visit Somalia? You know anybody that planned a trip to Somalia? I'm serious. Like, yo, I want to go. You know where nigga, you got any vacations coming up? Yeah, dog. We actually planning this trip to Somalia and shit. Nigga, what? Nigga, anybody going to Somalia is with humanitarian aid. You understand? Them motherfuckers got humanitarian aid. They is not going there to look at the sights. It's nothing to see but niggas. I mean, I can see that in the hood already. I ain't gotta go to Somalia to see niggas. Like, what the fuck? Shit is crazy. We on Bill Gates trips. Let's go to Somalia and give out polio vaccine. You know, like, nigga, what the fuck? Germany has the most strictest regulations on carry knives in Publix, with blades of 12 centimeters banned except in certain circumstances. However, the ban visibly does not seem to have any effect. So you're going to ban more, so niggas will still be like, fuck the ban. You know what I'm saying? Like, are you serious? This has not deterred Social Democrat Interior Minister Nancy Fraser from suggesting on Sunday, August 11th, that the legal limit for carrying knives in public should be shortened to 6 centimeters. Germany Interior Minister is still going to be cut 5 centimeters deep. I don't understand what the fuck is going on here. And I haven't been to Europe. What? Wow. It's just like German Interior Minister Nancy Fraser says she wants to further restrict the use of knives in public amidst the marked rise knife crime because they don't have guns. If you don't have guns, niggas use knives. If you don't got knives, niggas use sticks and bricks. If they don't use sticks and bricks, they gonna use glass, bitch. What, you gonna ban glass, bitch? Like, there's no way you gonna stop a motherfucker that wanna kill a motherfucker with the urge to kill a motherfucker and take your house, nigga. Like, wow. Fucking Fraser told the Sunday edition of the German Daily Bild, that the left liberal coalition government is aiming to create a general ban on holding dangerous flick knives. She said she also wants more police surveillance at train stations. Oh. Ain't that where the cop got stabbed up in a train station? Trying to take up for a motherfucking... This is the crazy part, right? They had a cop. You know what? This is the part of the story right here and shit. The Interior Minister of Southern state of Bavaria, Joachim Herrmann, the center-right CSU party, criticized the plan, saying it is doubtful that further knife ban can solve the problem of knife crime. The recent stabbing and murder of a police officer in southwestern city of Manningham, for example, was committed with a knife that was already prohibited under the current law, he added. And listen, the fucking officer was separating the people, the motherfucking citizens of that motherfucking town and shit from just basically destroying this migrant, and the cops separated the migrant from the people, turned his back on the motherfucking migrant. The migrant hawked him the fuck up, literally. Nigga. You mean, so it's not the motherfucking and then it's kind of like well-deserved and shit because, nigga, if you can sit there and then take up for these motherfuckers that's basically taking over your country and shit, and then one stab you, you deserve that. You know what I mean? None of the mainstream politicians are willing to name the real cause of the problem, the influx of migrants, illegal migrants from Africa and the Middle East, some of whom were accustomed to ending disputes with physical violence. Like, you can't mesh the two motherfucking cultures like that, bro, and y'all trying to get away with it. For example, Peruvian gang member wanted for 23 murders released into the U.S. by the Biden-Harris regime. The nigga is wanted for 23 murders, and you say, go, you gonna show up to this court date for citizenship? What? What? Peruvian gang leader wanted for 23 murders released into the U.S. by the Biden-Harris regime. ICE arrests hardened criminal in upstate New York months after he was freed by Border Patrol. Jenna Francisco Torres Navarro was caught after illegally entering Texas and made a Peruvian national wanted for nearly 24 murders in his home country, was released into the U.S. after illegally crossing the southern border months ago, according to reports. ICE, that's Immigration and Customs Enforcement. So I just like, as soon as I read the first word, I just went to the abbreviation. ICE announced that the apprehension of the 38-year-old Francisco Torres Navarro, leader of the Peruvian gang Los Killers, in upstate New York this week. So the nigga the Los Killers gang leader was in New York chilling and shit. Fucking Los Killers was taken into custody on Wednesday in Encott, a village in Broome County near Birmingham. The hardened criminal entered the country illegally May 16th near Roma, Texas, according to the ICE Enforcement and Removal Operations, ERO, in Buffalo. He was caught the same day by the U.S. border agents, issued a notice to appear before the federal immigration judge in the future, and released into the interior, nigga. And that's not a problem. None of this is a problem. Like, so y'all good with all this shit? Like, for real, though, that's where we at? Like, so y'all just on the chin. It's on the chin. Like, seriously. I'm so fucking confused, yo. I really don't understand how the fuck y'all make this shit make sense. Like, it don't make sense. Y'all niggas continuously... My God. My God. It's really not enough people on our side, though. On some real shit. Wow. Navarro remained on the loose in the U.S. for months while being sought by Peruvian authorities in connection with 23 killings and shit. This nigga done murdered all types of motherfuckers. Navarro allegedly fled Peru after killing the retired police officer Cesar Coscuelo Herrera in the shooting of municipal employee at a restaurant in San Miguel in March. So the nigga fucking killed 2 cops and then started heading up the motherfucking border. He was like, yeah, before I leave, I'm going to kill these niggas. I'm going to get them. On July 8th, Homeland Security investigator alerted ERO Buffalo about Torres being wanted in Peru. The Torres Navarro is a highly dangerous criminal who believed he was untouchable and responsible for 23 murders, including other gang leaders who ended up dead along with their families. All in order to increase his criminal leadership, according to Colonel Franco Moreno, head of Peru High Complexity Crime Investigation Division. He was arrested during a targeted enforcement action along with his girlfriend, Michelle Sol Havana Ortiz Ubelos. Well, how many fucking names you got, bitch? Like, that's not her real name. Who is described as his right-hand man by Peruvian authorities. Well, at least she a rider. Both suspects are being held in federal detention centers in New York and Pennsylvania. Y'all ain't say shit about Pennsylvania. Wait a minute. How the fuck? Y'all just said they got caught in New York. What the fuck they doing here? We don't want no Los Killers in PA, nigga. Y'all can keep all the Los Killers in motherfucking Jersey and motherfucking New York. No Los Killers in PA, please. Okay? We do not want any trouble with the Los Killers, okay? Court hearings and potential extradition proceedings. Authorities continue to catch dangerous foreigners, illegals presented in the U.S., many of whom have previously been released by their country by law or immigration enforcement agencies, right? And it's crazy because we've seen a lot of these stories really early on when the shit first started popping off and shit. And it's very interesting to see this shit play out like on some real shit. And it is what it is. Ex-Google, and for our last article of the evening, because I'm about to get the fuck out of here. It's 1:40 in the morning. Fuck y'all. I'm gonna go get some sleep. You know what I'm saying? Nigga about to go leapy. Ex-Google CEO turned licensed arms dealer Eric Schmidt created a powerful AI robotic war machine for offensive fighting. That sounds like it's going to be lovable and tolerant and diverse then, right? I mean, nice and DEI. So it goes straight into Ukraine, and then they fight the war, he said, with the new tech. What? Former Google CEO Eric Schmidt recently spoke with a group of Stanford University students about his military drone company, White Stork. The two goals of the company is to use AI in complicated, powerful ways for these essentially robotic wars and to manufacture said robots cheaply. According to the tech guru, Schmidt nervously rubbed his arms and said, because of the way the system works, I am now a licensed arms dealer. So a computer scientist, businessman, arms dealer. What?
Watching the Russians use tanks to destroy apartment buildings with little old ladies and kids just drove me crazy.
It drove you
crazy?
I
decided to work on a company with
that's
your friend,
war,
Sebastian
bitch.
Thrun, and as a former faculty member here, and a whole bunch of Stanford people. And the idea basically is to do two things. Use AI in complicated, powerful ways for these essentially robotic war. And the second one is to lower the cost of the robots. Now you sit there and you go, why would a good liberal like me do that? And the answer is that the whole theory of armies is tanks, artilleries, and mortar, and we can eliminate all of them. And we can make the penalty for invading a country, at least by land, essentially be impossible. It should eliminate the kind of land battles.
Well, this is a really interesting question. Is that does it
eliminate land battles?
Defense versus offense? Can you even make that distinction?
Because I've been doing this for the last year, I've learned a lot about war that I really did not want to know. And one of the things to know about war is that the offense always has the advantage because you can always overwhelm the defensive systems. And so you're better off as a strategy of national defense to have a very strong offense that you can use if you need to. And the systems that I and others are building will do that. Because of the way the system works, I am now a licensed arms dealer. So computer scientist, businessman, arms dealer. And I'm sorry to say.
Is that a progression?
I don't know. I do not recommend this in your career path. I'd stick with AI. And because of the way the laws work, we're doing this privately, and then this is all legal with the support of the governments. It goes straight into the Ukraine, and then they fight the war.
So they about to start sending robots into Ukraine to fight the war. You hear it, folks? You fucking heard it here first and shit. So I'm going to come back on the other side with more of this shit. Well, actually, I'm going to be closing this out and shit. But don't move your motherfucking switch, because I'm going to be right back. You already know. It's your boy. Folks say, P, why do you do the show? Well, like, what's the goal of the show? I say to pull people out the matrix. They say, well, what does that actually mean? And that's when I turn into Morpheus.
The Matrix is a system, Neo. That system is our enemy. But when you're inside, you look around, what do you see? Businessmen, teachers, lawyers, carpenters, the very minds of the people we are trying to save. But until we do, these people are still a part of that system, and that makes them our enemy. You have to understand, most of these people are not ready to be unplugged. And many of them are so inert, so hopelessly dependent on the system, that they will fight to protect it. Were you listening to me, Neo? Or were you looking at the woman in the red dress?
I was...
Look again. Freeze it.
This isn't the Matrix?
No. It's another training program designed to teach you one thing. If you are not one of us, you are one of them.
What are they?
Sentient programs. They can move in and out of any software still hardwired to their system. That means that anyone we haven't unplugged is potentially an agent. Inside the Matrix, they are everyone, and they are no one. We have survived by hiding from them, by running from them. But they are the gatekeepers. They are guarding all the doors, they are holding all the keys, which means that sooner or later, someone is going to have to fight them.
Someone.
I won't lie to you, Neil. Every single man or woman who has stood their ground, everyone who has fought an agent has died. But where they have failed, you will succeed.
Why?
I've seen an agent punch through a concrete wall. Men have emptied entire clips at them and hit nothing but air. Yet their strength and their speed are still based in a world that is built on rules. Because of that, they will never be as strong or as fast as you can be.
What are you trying to tell me? That I can dodge bullets?
No, Neo. I'm trying to tell you that when you're ready, you won't have to.
Bike. Yeah, I'm saying, I want to say thanks for listening to the show. Thanks for coming through, hanging with your boy, man. Thanks for being willing to learn something and shit. Yeah, man, I know it ain't easy being greasy, but you know, you got to be fucking greasy to keep it easy around this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. I hope y'all share this information with people that you care about so they can wake up as well. You know what I mean? If you keep this information to yourself, you're basically a scumbag. You know what I mean? In a nutshell, I'm just, being as open as and honest as possible and shit. You're a scumbag and shit. You want people to die. That's really fucked up. You know what I'm saying? That's absolutely. You know what I'm saying? So listen, folks, I need y'all to start waking people up. We need more people to jump on this train. We need more motherfuckers in the fight. We need more people fucking protesting and advocating for their children and welfare and shit, you know what I'm saying? And livelihoods and shit. Like, they are trying to crush America. They trying to crush the UK. They trying to crush Britain. They trying to crush Europe, fucking Russia. They want everybody to live under a communist style dictatorship like China and shit. And you don't really see them niggas protesting. Why? Because they media is purely state ran. You know what I'm saying? So just because you don't see it on TV don't mean it ain't happening, folks. And you see how I just pulled out plenty of shit that you ain't know was the fuck happening, folks. So y'all really need to motherfucking wake up. Y'all really need to put y'all fucking ear to the ground. Y'all really need to stop fucking playing because y'all fucking playing. You know what I mean? And sticking your head in the sand and thinking that shit is just going to be cool like that is not the fucking wave. Don't be no bitch ass nigga on some real shit. Don't be no fucking pussy, bro. Don't nobody like a pussy. We like pussy. Vagina on a woman, but a man acting like a bitch is not fucking cool at all. And if you're not going to stand up for yourself, at least stand up for the people that you care about. I don't give a fuck if you gay, straight, fucking in between. I don't give a fuck what your pronouns is. If you have somebody you care about and you want them to fucking live, it's time to get with the fucking program. And that's just the bottom fucking line. So I want to say thank you for listening to the show. Thanks for coming through. Thank you for, understanding trying to understand what the fuck is going on. I pray that you pray for some understanding. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy to be here. I'm going to see you next Sunday for sure. You know what I'm saying? For Monday's show. It's actually 1:49 right now. And this joint going to be up before 2 o'clock on civiliantalkpodcast.com. If you follow us on Spotify, then you'll get a notification pretty soon. And you already know, man, like on some real shit, dog. We love y'all, and it's all about the betterment of humanity and shit. And if you look up human in Black Law's dictionary, it says It says, look at monster. And then if you look up monster in Black Law's dictionary, you shouldn't be calling yourself a human, I guess. So, I mean, it's crazy, bro. And monsters don't have rights under Black's law. So it's really fucking wild. It's really fucking wild. I wonder if it's Blackbeard and shit. But I fucking love y'all. It's your boy, Mr. P.I., coming in straight at you. Bring you that civilian talk. Please wake up American news, because if we don't wake up today, we may not have an America to wake up to tomorrow. And the more y'all sit here and pussyfoot around, and the more y'all sit here and bullshit, the sooner it's going to come in. They're about to roll out monkeypox, motherfucker. And if you don't care, then I don't care. You know what I'm saying? And that's how we doing it and shit. But don't be fucking bitching, moaning, and motherfucking complaining is when you a fucking slave or handsmaid, you know what I mean? Because you ain't want to fucking put in no work when you had the fucking chance. Or if you got to watch your bitch become a handsmaid because you ain't want to fucking put in no work. So, okay, be a pussy if you want, and we going to holler at you on the other side and shit. But I love y'all. Keep your head up. Keep doing your thing. Keep letting it hang and swing. And don't forget to share the show. Support the show on Cash App and PayPal. Mr. PI55, MRPI55. Shout out to my man JS and shit. Always showing up. You know what I mean? And, yo, we really appreciate you, bro. You already know you family around here and shit. You ever need us, give us that call. You got our number and shit. Yeah, shit. But, yeah, that's how much we appreciate him around here and shit. You already know he part of the team and shit. So, yeah, man. And shout out to Hassan, Amir, Cleveland Bay and shit. You know, he no longer with us and shit. But I just had he had died, and I made a post and shit, and it came up from 3 years ago and shit, and we really missed that guy. It's kind of fucked up. He was one of our biggest supporters and shit, and we lost him too soon and shit, man, and it's kind of crazy. We lost him to COVID protocols, and he knew the shit was coming, and that's the most fucked up part. It's like knowing that they trying to kill you and letting them kill you. Like, that was the super mega ultra crazy part. So, you know what I mean? Rest in peace, man. We fucking love you, and keep sending your blessings down for your boy. You already know. I'm gonna get with y'all, man. I gotta get the fuck up out of here, man, because I'm tired. I'm tired as hell. So I'm gonna get with y'all. You already know. Civilian Talk Radio, baby. It's your boy. Yo, it's your boy, Mr. P. I want to tell y'all, man, we got the podcast player over there at CivilianTalkPodcast.com now, you know what I'm saying? All you got to do is hit the check out the podcast button. It's a nice big old player over there, you know what I'm saying? You can check out as many episodes as you want, and we going to be over there waiting for y'all, you know what I'm saying? We done streamlined it, so you don't have to go to your favorite podcast outlet no more. You don't have to sign in to Spotify or iHeartRadio or iTunes. You can just go over to CivilianTalkPodcast.com, and if it's not another link, you can just press the episode you want and press play, and you already know. It's your boy.